Okay, let's take a quick look and see what we're doing in week 3 of the class. This is Design 300 with Prof. Schuster. And we're going to be working on site work materials this week. Last week there was a lot of terminology and things like that. This time we're going to really look at some of the materials related to site work. And we're going to practice making some vocational computations and creating drawings. This is knowing what it's about. This is being able to do work. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things due this week. So a little over one each day. You can look forward to doing some of these quickly and getting multiple done in one day maybe. They're available to you on Canvas on Monday the 29th, and they're available to you, they're due on February 4th at 11:59. And each one of these topics is going to take you about 2.5 hours of study and work. And there's a bunch of optional stuff that gives you breadth and depth. It makes you employable. It makes you a strong worker, a technically competent person, above and beyond what you get with these. So these are there for those of you who have some extra time and want to really put in some effort to learn as much as possible. However, remember, you can still get an A in the class by doing the required work. Okay, the optional work is truly optional. So let's take a look and see what we're doing. First, we're going to acquire some knowledge by reading a slide deck all about compaction, and then taking a quiz about it to see if you know it. And of course, you can always go back and retake the quiz again. And then there's a simulator. There's something called a sieve test that you'll learn about in the compaction slide deck. So we have a simulator for you, and you can practice doing some sieve tests and then do some quiz work on the results of sieve tests. And then, of course, there's your logbook. So that's about acquiring the knowledge. Study, read, think, practice, write notes, things like that. But then we're going to practice doing some things with that knowledge. So there's a practice site work slide deck, and those are some computations. They're based on the numbers you got last week, and that's how you use those numbers as you're preparing to do design work. So this is part of practicing doing design. And then there's a design computation quiz that will help us know that you understood and got good at the practice. And then there's something called a Revit markup file. Last time you added some information to views. This time you're going to create a view, a storm water pollution prevention plan, and there will be some information about that for you. So you'll create the view and then add the annotation. So a little bit more than you did in the last one, step by step by step. So there we go. We're going to finish up our site work this week. So acquire some knowledge about the materials and then practice doing some computations and creating some drawing views.